Alam naman natin mga boss na talagang fan ang lahat ng mga Pilipino sa buong mundo pagdating sa mga beauty contest, maging sa mga lalaki o sa mga babae. Kaya naman ngayong umaga, alam nyo ba na umaabot hanggang Australia yung ating pagkagusto sa mga beauty contest. Kaya ngayong umaga makakasama natin ang ilan sa mga kaibigan natin mula mismo sa Australia. Una dito kasama natin ang reigning 2013 winner of the Mrs. Philippine Fiesta of Victoria Beauty Quest and Charity, Miss Felina 5. Morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Okay. Kasama rin natin ang candidate for Mr. Philippines Australia 2014, Mr. Ari Kane. Good morning. And of course, the reigning Miss Philippines Australia, Miss Lehay Reyes. Good morning.
Good morning po. Thanks for having us here.
Our pleasure. Okay, so let's start off with the basic details about each competition. So let's start with Miss Felina. So and Mrs. Felina and Miss Lehay. Okay, so what is this competition about?
Well, the competition is running since 1982.
Since 1982.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, you had to be Filipino to join the pageant. So.
Okay. What are the other qualifications for interested candidates?
You gotta meet, you gotta speak the language as Filipino.
Okay, you need to speak the language.
You need to speak that, of course, because you gotta be a Filipino.
Okay, and
you
then
gotta be a Filipino.
What else?
You gotta make sure that you are. In my case, because I'm married, I've got to make sure that I'm a married person,
Okay.
not a divorce or single joining.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what else aside from
It's the
that?
same as the single one. You had to be single, never been married, and never been divorced as well. So.
Okay. How about for this Mr. Philippines? I think this is a new competition in Australia.
Yes, this is the first time it's happening in Australia. So the requirements are you have to be above 5'10".
Okay.
What else? You got to have some Filipino blood in you,
Okay.
and I think those are pretty much the main things.
Okay. You guys mentioned a while ago that you need to speak at least basic knowledge about Filipino, right? So, do you understand or even speak Filipino? How about you, Miss?
I do. I can speak Tagalog.
Could you give a sample to our boss?
Magandang umaga po sa lahat ng...
We call them boss here in PTV.
Oh, okay po. Sorry.
Okay. How about you guys? Do you speak or understand Filipino?
Magandang baga po.
Alright, that's good enough, I think.
Yeah.
Mr. Ari,
Unfortunately, I don't speak any Tagalog or
any word?
No. Well, anong pangalan mo?
Anong pangalan mo? Okay, what's your name?
Yes, that's
Okay,
right.
so when it comes to qualifications for Miss and Mrs. Philippines, because like Mr. Ari said a while ago, there are certain qualifications like the height and all. In the Mr. and Mrs. and Miss Philippines Australia, are there any qualifications like that? Do we need any height requirement?
Because it's a charity,
Okay.
I think you at least have to be 5 foot.
5
I'm not quite sure.
5 feet at least.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so it's quite interesting that the title of this competition is Miss and Mrs. Philippine Fiesta of Victoria Beauty Quest and Charity. So what is it about this charity thing of this competition?
We're actually involved in fundraising, help fundraising
Okay.
for all the Filipino community in Victoria, of course. And so we have got enough proceeds to go back to the Filipino community in Victoria, and whatever is left can actually be sent off to any charities here in the Philippines.
Okay.
So, ang involved po sa charity, yun nga po, sabi ni Tita Felina, is to mag-build ng community for our Filipinos. So.
Okay. And you guys would know that in any beauty contest or in any competition, most candidates would have a certain advocacy, right? So if there would be one advocacy that you would like to support as a reigning queen and a reigning or a soon to be, hopefully, to win in the competition, what specific advocacy would you like to support? Let's start with you. Anything?
Anything? Pretty much. I'm not sure, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's so many things I can really support. I like to support maybe the developed community and stuff like that.
Developed
So,
communities here in the
yes,
Philippines.
definitely. That's one of the main.
Why?
things.
Why?
Because I already experienced. I was born in Australia, so I know how. I was pretty much privileged with the environment that I grew up in, and there's not as much poverty in Australia as there is compared to the Philippines.
Okay.
So to give other people this opportunity to either study when they can't afford it or anything like that, it would be great to actually see it happen. Definitely.
Alright. So for Mr. Ari to develop communities, for you, Ms. Lehay?
I want to get involved to the beauty quest, I guess, to continually help the new candidates with their journey.
Okay.
So I'll top that up. We'll stay member in a beauty quest to actually help and encourage people, especially for the Mrs. Beauty quest, to actually improve their confidence level, to help actually speak to everybody, to actually help other people who actually need more, you know.
Okay. So in any competition, of course, there would be prizes. So in this competition, and for you, Miss Leha and Mrs. Felina, you are current reigning queens of your particular competition. So what is the specific prestige that is waiting for the next queens? And for your competition, Mr. Ari, what would be the prize that's waiting for you? Let's start with you.
We have a return ticket to
Okay.
go back to the Philippines and also a prize money to spend.
Okay.
And what else do we get?
Exactly the same. For Mrs., we also have a free ticket, return ticket to back to the Philippines, and to
A trip for one, for two, or what?
for one,
For one.
yeah.
And what
the
are you
cash
supposed to
money.
do here in the Philippines?
You actually just, because we are now an ambassadress
Okay.
of these quests.
Okay.
We actually
Basically, you're representing the Filipino community in Australia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So far in your trip here in the Philippines, what kind of activities have you been doing here?
Like we're linked to
Sure. Go ahead. Okay, Miss.
we're linked to like a charity, because I Share Me, I Dream
Yes.
is under the banner of the Fiesta,
All right.
and also the Mucha. But yeah, so they're all in a Fiesta group, Filipino community.
How about you?
It's the same as what Tita Felina
So far,
said.
how was your experience here in the Philippines?
It was good. It's good to be back in the Philippines, actually. So
Since when have you been here?
just Easter recently.
Okay, just Easter. All right. How about you, Mr. Ari?
Okay.
Is
so
it your first time here in the Philippines?
No, I've actually been here 8 times in a row now.
8 times. Okay.
Yeah. So pretty much the winner gets 1,000 Australian dollars.
Okay.
And they get a ticket to the Philippines to compete in the 2015 Mr. International.
Okay.
To further into the competition.
Okay, so before joining the competition for for the women here, what kind of preparations have you been doing before? And now, of course, it turned into success because you won in the competition. So, what were the preparations have you done before?
We had to find a sponsorship
Okay.
because it's charity, and what else we do? We have to invite a lot of friends to come and support you in the night, because that's already counted too.
Okay.
So we actually solicit to all other businesses that's willing to participate to sponsor.
Okay.
For
To sponsor your
to sponsor,
candidacy.
yeah.
Okay.
And it's actually, we call it like the one you advertise in the paper.
Okay.
It's a souvenir program.
Souvenir program.
Yeah, and
There are certain packages.
yeah,
there, right? Okay.
and there's certain size and yeah.
Yes.
So whatever that the amount
Yes.
it
will
will proceeds
go
on
to
that,
you.
it will go to the Fiesta.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for you, Mr. Ari, when will this competition be conducted?
It starts in 27th of September.
Okay.
And it just goes for 1 day.
So far, what are your preparations?
I'm pretty much the same as these two. So we got to get sponsors
Okay.
and pretty much invite as many friends as possible.
Okay.
And yeah, and for my personal, personally, I'm currently working out a lot more and obviously dieting and stuff like that. So,
All right. Ms. Leha, you mentioned a while ago that there are friends who are also supporting you, and I heard attorney Moses Florendo is also helping you guys. So can you tell us more about him?
I would like to say hello, Kuya Moses. Thank you for
Yeah. It's okay.
giving us a chance to be here today. So we really appreciate it.
Okay, so as we end our interview, could you give a message to our Filipino viewers, especially the Filipino community in Australia, for all watching right now? Let's start with you.
To all the Filipinos overseas and here in Philippines. So actually joining this pageantry is actually a good thing to improve your confidence level, to actually approach people, to speak to people publicly, and to yourself.
Okay, Sir Ari?
I just want to say to everyone in Australia, yeah, thanks for supporting me, and also my cousins in Davao and Manila.
Okay, Ms. Leha?
Good morning po sa inyong lahat. To all the new candidates po, good luck for the event. So that will be coming up soon. So the day that we will come back. So.
All right, so thank you so much for your time. And of course, good luck to you, Mr. Ari, and congratulations for your reign. Okay, so there again, we had here the 2013 winner of the Mrs. Philippines Fiesta of Victoria Beauty Quest and Charity, Mrs. Felina Fife. Thank you so much. We also have the candidate for the Mr. Philippines Australia 2014, Mr. Ari Kane.
Thank you.
And the reigning Miss Philippines Australia, Miss Lehay Reyes. Thank you so much. Okay, sa pagbabalik naman natin mga boss, syempre, Filipino food naman ang pag-uusapan natin. Are you fan of
We love
Filipino
food.
What's your favorite?
All sabaw.
all with sabaw. Okay, so hopefully I will be learning more Filipino food later on with Cooking Master Boss. We have with us Carla Paderna later on. So